Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we can understand Spring versus Spring Boot. First of all, what is Spring Framework? Spring Framework is a Java Enterprise Edition framework that is used to build applications. Here, basically we can say that Spring Framework built on top of Java J2E application. It aims to simplify Java Enterprise Edition development and helps developers to be more productive at work. That means Spring Framework offers several features for the developers so that developers can complete more work in less time. And one of the major features of Spring Framework is the dependency injection and allows us to develop loosely coupled applications. So that instead of programmer is injecting dependent class object into target class object, simply Spring Framework will perform that operation. When the dependency injection is taken care by the Spring Framework, our components will be loosely coupled. Here, Spring is developed in modular fashion. It provides multiple modules that are Spring Core. This module will provide fundamental concepts of Spring, their IOC container and dependency injection. Spring Context. Spring Context will take care of configurations required in the application. Spring AOP. This module is used to separate business logics and secondary logics in the application. That means allowing separation of cross-cutting concerns. For example, logging, transactions, and etc. Spring ORMs. This module is used to develop persistence layer and it is used to represent the data in the form of objects. We can also integrate Spring with ORM frameworks like Hibernate, JPA, and etc. Spring Web MVC. Spring Web MVC module is used to develop web applications. Spring Security. Spring Security provides authentication and authorization and also provides security feature for the enterprise applications. Spring Batch. Spring Batch will handle large-scale batch processing such as reading, processing and writing data in bulk and etc. Here, Spring Framework is provided multiple modules. What is Spring Boot? Spring Boot is another approach to develop Spring-based applications with less configurations. Actually, Spring Boot is built on top of Spring Framework. It simplifies Spring application development. The most important feature of Spring Boot is auto configuration. It automatically configures the classes based on the requirement. That is the major feature. It automatically configures Spring application based on the dependencies present in the class path. If you have Spring Boot starter web dependency, Spring Boot configures Tomcat server and Spring MVC like that. Spring is mainly used to implement REST APIs. We can develop several REST APIs using Spring Boot as part of microservices development. Spring Boot simplifies microservices development. Spring Boot provides embedded servers such as Tomcat, Jetty, and Undertow. If we develop the web application using Spring Boot, we no need to deploy in any external servers because Spring Boot offers embedded servers. We can say that Spring Boot promotes serverless development. Benefits of Spring Boot over Spring Framework. First one is starter pumps. Let's move to STS ID. Here we have two applications. One is Spring Boot web application. Second one is Spring web application. Here I am opening Spring web application. Go inside pom.xml file. Here we have property tags and dependencies. Here we can configure various dependencies. For example, Lombok, MySQL driver, Hikari CP, Spring Web MVC, Spring Context Support, Servlet API, JSTL, Hibernate Core, and etc. Here we configured lot of dependencies that are required for the applications. Actually, it is increasing Maven configuration in the project. To avoid this problem, Spring Boot offers starter pump features. With the starter pumps, our Maven configuration will be simplified. Let's go inside Spring Boot application, pom.xml file. Here we have Spring Boot starter web. In order to develop web application using Spring Boot, this single starter is enough to build web application and this starter will download required jars to the web application in the Spring Boot. The main advantage of Spring Boot starter pumps are to simplify Maven configuration in Spring Boot application. Second one is version management. In order to configure the dependencies in the Spring-based application, we can choose versions for the dependencies. Here we can decide which version of Spring Framework dependency required and which version of Hibernate Framework dependency required, like that. In Spring-based projects, programmers should be responsible for this version management. Whereas in the Spring Boot, versions will be taken care by the Spring Boot only. Here Spring Boot offers starter from features. Let's move to Spring Boot application. Opening Spring Boot application. Go inside pom.xml file. In the parent starter, we will configure this version. Whenever we configure the version in the parent starter, then Spring Boot will take care the versions in the child dependencies. These are the child dependencies. In Spring Boot, we no need to configure versions for the dependencies in the pom.xml file because Spring manages the versions. And third one is auto configuration. If I am using Spring with Hibernate, we need to enable data source, session factory, and enable transaction management, component scanning. Everything I need to configure inside configuration file. In case of Spring Boot, these configurations are not required. We can add few properties in the application.properties file. Then it will enable them by using Spring Boot. But in Spring-based applications, we need to configure everything manually. Let me show you that. Opening Spring application, src main Java, config package. Inside this package, config class is there. See, this is the class. Here we declared required configurations. This is data source related configuration. This is session factory, Hibernate template, transaction manager, view resolver. On top of class, I declared component scan annotation by providing base package, that is com.app. This is the configuration class. Here we declared required configurations that are required to run the application. In Spring-based application, manually we can enable MVC and transaction management and etc. This configuration is the burden for the developers because it is difficult to remember the configurations. If it is a big application, we need to add few more configurations. Let's move to Spring Boot application. Here we can understand how Spring Boot will optimize these configurations. Here in Spring Boot, we have one file, that is application.properties file. Here we declare the required properties. Here data source properties, Hibernate properties and all. If I will add these properties, then Spring Boot internally handle session factory and entity manager, and all these things will be internally handled by the Spring Boot. In case of Spring Boot, we no need any XML files to configure. Simply that can be handled by application.properties file or application.yml file. And next one is component scanning. Component scanning is the process of detecting Spring Bean classes in the application. Okay, let's move to Spring application. Here I am opening Spring application. Under src main Java, we have config folder. Inside that config class is there. Here I declared component scan annotation. I provided base package. Component scan will go through this package and its sub packages to scan the components. In Spring-based applications, programmer should enable component scan manually like this. Whereas in Spring Boot, component scanning will be applied by default. Programmer not required to specify manually. Okay, let's move to Spring Boot application. Okay, let's open Spring Boot application. Close this. This is Spring Boot application. Here, opening start class. This is a start class. On top of the class, we have an annotation, that is @Spring Boot application annotation. It is a combination of 3 annotations. Let's go inside this annotation. Control click. See, this annotation is combination of Spring Boot configuration, @enable auto configuration, and component scan. Because of this annotation, component scan will be applied by default. Spring Boot follows base package naming convention to provide component scanning. See, this is a base package, com.swami. Whenever the Spring Boot application starts, then it will scan the base package to identify the bean classes. After that, it will scan child packages of base package. These are child packages. This is the way component scanning will be applied in Spring and Spring Boot. And next one is embedded servers. When we develop the web applications using Spring Framework, we can run that application using any other external server. Whereas in Spring Boot, external server is not required. By default, Spring Boot comes with Tomcat server. Let's move to Spring Boot application. This is a Spring Boot application. Right click on the application, run as Spring Boot application. Here Tomcat server started and running on port number 8081. If we want to run Spring based application, we can deploy the application in external servers. But coming to Spring Boot, it offers embedded servers feature. And next one is in-memory databases. If we develop the application using Spring Framework, then we can download and set up the database to store the data. For example, Oracle or MySQL, etc. If we develop the application using Spring Boot, then internally it offers in-memory database to store the data. In-memory database will start if we start the Spring Boot application. If we stop the Spring Boot application, then in-memory database will be stopped. We can use in-memory database for temporary purpose instead of downloading and installing the softwares. Spring Boot will comfortable to integrate with H2 database. If we want to use H2 database, we can use H2 dependency in pom.xml. Advantage of H2 database is we will use this in-memory database at the time of unit testing purpose. And next one is actuators. Actuators are mainly responsible to provide production-ready features for the application. In Spring Boot, in pom.xml file, we can add actuator dependency. If the application is deployed in the production environment, then actuator will monitor that application. Actuator provides details like application health and loaded classes and URL mappings, config properties, and it shows running threads like that. This actuator support is not available in existing Spring framework. Okay, let's move to Spring Boot application. This is Spring Boot application. Right click on application, run as Spring Boot application. Now the application is up and running. Here exposing 13 endpoints. If we want to access these endpoints, we will use this path, that is /actuator. And Tomcat server is running on port number 8081. Okay, let's move to the browser. We will make the HTTP request. http://localhost:. The port number is 8081/actuator. Click on enter. These are the endpoints. The actuator will provide these features, that is actuator, beans, cache, and application health and information, condition, configuration properties, environment, log messages. If you want to access particular logs by using specific name, headams and threadams and matrices, and scheduled tasks and mappings also. These features will be provided by actuator. This actuator support is not available in existing Spring framework. These are the main differences between Spring and Spring Boot.